Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Andrew here with Levinson and Associates. We're going to get started here in just about 30 seconds. Bill is dialing in as we speak, so I just want to let everybody know we are ready to go. We are getting started momentarily, so please stand by. Okay, Bill, you there?
Yes, we are
All
here.
right. Floor is yours. Everybody's here and ready to go.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time, especially first day of the week, holiday week, Thanksgiving coming up. So this tells me the world. It tells me that you are focused on changing your practice for the better, learning, pivoting, right? And making sure that you know what's available for your consumers, especially the ones that aren't so healthy, right? So we have to face the facts, especially if you're working lead programs, okay? You're calling constantly. You're going to come across some clients that are not, 5'4", 128 pounds, and they walk on water. It's going to happen, and you need to know where to go, what companies and products to talk about and quote, right? So obviously, we are here to help you every step of the way. In fact, we have a new marketing rep that's joining the team on the 29th of November. So not only are you going to have all of us, we have 22 employees in the office here in South Florida and then remote, but we have one new addition to the team. We also have Talisa that just joined the team that's heading up the Insure Me Now direct side. So the point is we are here to help, but let's face it, there's going to be a time, right? Especially we're going to be closed Thursday and Friday for Thanksgiving. So you're going to have a client on the phone, or maybe you're working your existing book of business, right? And your client either gained a few pounds, had some health issues, and you need to know where to go on the site, what companies and products to go to, right? And what's available and what's best for that client that maybe is 5'10", 332 pounds, right? And they're on no medication, but they're a little on the thicker side. So you need to know exactly who is best for that particular situation, and that's what we're going over today, okay? So I met with Andrew this morning, and I said, Andrew, I want this webinar to be focused on agents. Put your agent hat on, right? And pretend that you're calling all of these people all day long, and you need to know where to go when that preferred or standard is not available, right? Put yourself in their shoes. And I want you to make sure every agent walks away with a good feeling that they know what to quote and what products to shoot for and where everything is on our website by the time they hang up this call today. And that's what the goal is, and that's what the nuggets are going to be after we finish up right before 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I promise you that. Make sure you take out a pen and paper, jot down notes. There's going to be a lot of nuggets here, so please write down notes. Also, we're going to have our question of the day when we wrap up. And again, like always, like every week, something we talk about in these slides, I'm going to ask when we wrap up in 45 minutes here. And whoever answers first incorrectly wins. Your choice: Amazon Fire, Amazon Echo, or I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit because it's Thanksgiving, $100 Amazon gift card. So you get to choose just in time for the holidays. One person wins. We're going to announce your name at the end as soon as we wrap up. So make sure you're paying attention. Okay, so again, the goal here is we want to make sure that you are aware of all of the Levinson resources, what's available for these impaired risk cases, guaranteed issue cases, who has table shave programs, who has table credit programs. Bill, where do I go for foreign nationals? Okay, fine. Now I have a great $50,000 guaranteed issue product, but what about critical illness? What about accident? What about cancer? Do you have those, Bill? Yes, we do. We have, in fact, we have everything that's available in the industry. If it's a hot competitive product in the space, we have it available. We're going to talk about it in the next 45 minutes. So with that said, let's jump right in, Andrew. We're going to move on to the first slide. And by the way, we have no featured carrier speaking today. This is just me and Andrew taking a deep dive into impaired risk and guaranteed issue. We also have some changes that were just made within the last week on the carrier side. We're going to discuss with you too. I know there's been some rumors flying around social media, so we're going to clarify all of that in just a few more minutes. Okay, this is the most important slide in my opinion. It's all about Thanksgiving and giving back, okay, which means the world to us. Now, because of you all that are on this call today and the rest of the 20,000 agents that are active with Levinson, because of what you do for us, right, by partnering with Levinson, we are able to provide and make an awesome donation to Feeding America, which literally is giving out 1,000 meals to those in need. Okay, that, in my opinion, means the world. There's nothing more important. And without you all on this phone call today, we wouldn't be able to do it. Okay, it's that simple. I mean, if we didn't have the agents in the business, it wouldn't happen. Okay, so thank you so much. Look at the left side there. 1,000 meals. On the right side is a group picture. We did our Thanksgiving feast that we do every year for our employees. So it's just a great time of the year. And again, on the left side, that is number one. That's most important to me, and it should be to you too. And hopefully every year that number is going to increase and get bigger and bigger. I also want to say I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving for you, your families, loved ones. I hope this is a great time for you. It's probably the first time in a while you're able to get together in a large group, and you still need to stay safe and healthy, but I wish that you all have a great holiday season. Okay, let's move forward to the next slide here. Okay, what I want to talk about real quick is the recent testimonials. And again, this is important to us because it shows me that our agents are loving the customer service that they're getting from Levinson. It shows me that the weekly training webinars, right, are fruitful and they're walking away with nuggets, right? This is most important. I'm not going to sit here and say every single one is 5-star and perfect. No. But the ones that aren't so great, okay, we make sure that I literally print those out, take them in our weekly meeting, and we make that department or that person or that situation better. It's that simple, okay? We're not perfect, but I always say we're going to stand behind our promise, and we're going to do whatever it takes to fix the situation, okay, and literally do the best we can with every agent, every case, every client. That's the promise. So again, 5-star feedback. This is all on Facebook. I would love it if you jumped on there when we're done and if you shared your comments and tell us, you know, what you think so far. And did you have good luck with a certain employee or company or whatever it is. We want to hear from you. Leave a comment and I'll send you the IUL or the agent selling prospecting book on us, okay, as long as you're active with us. Check out all of our social media pages, and I hope you like and follow us, and we'll keep you in the loop every step of the way with new marketing material, co-branded videos. We have the scholarship program now up to 437 colleges. We're adding 1 to 2 colleges every month, and the first place we post them is on all of our social media pages, so you want to make sure you're paying attention. Okay, these are tools and videos and e-blasts that you can use to send to your consumers, okay, to create the sizzle and hopefully get a reply email back that says, hey, Bill, can you run a quote for me on this product? Or I want a product that has the scholarship program, you know, whatever, right? The whole point is you want to create activity, open doors to share your story, okay? And speaking of story, we're going to talk about these $3 leads. in a few more minutes. But the $3 leads, you talk about, hey, Bill, I need people to call, and do you have a free lead program? And, do you have lists I can use, or whatever the case is, okay? These leads are $3 each. $3 each. And this is someone that expressed interest in life insurance, okay? Now, they might be 3, 4, 5, 6 months old, and that's okay. It doesn't matter. Maybe the first time around, they didn't qualify for a typical life insurance policy, a fully underwritten policy, and that's okay because you have 25, 30 products to quote for them now after you're done with today's webinar. So anyway, the point is, this is a great place to start, especially in your downtime. And a lot of agents are still working from home during the pandemic, so this is a great door opener. Okay, let's move forward here. So I'm going to talk about what's new here at Levinson, and then what company changes, right? What's going on for the end of 2021 that you need to know about? Because I know you're seeing some marketing from some of our competitors, and I don't even want to get into it, but I don't like how they kind of portray certain products or carriers almost like they're going under and you need to get contracted with this company. Well, we're here to tell you the good, bad, the ugly, black and white. These are the facts, okay? And I'm going to jump into some of these right now. Okay, let's start on the left-hand side, carrier incentives. So I love, number one, the top Levinson annuity incentive. Basically, you write 2 index annuities. We pay for a family feast up to 12 people for the holidays on us, okay? So make sure you get in those annuity apps, and we're going to send out a thank you email. We'll include these incentives in your inbox. Everything will be there at your fingertips where you can register for each incentive. The second one down on Bestow. Now, this is so cool. So they have that direct-to-consumer e-application. It takes 7 minutes, okay? And you think about, the old days when there was a quick, easy decision. Typically, your client paid a huge price for that. Premiums were 30, 40, 50% higher than a fully underwritten product. Not anymore with Bestow. Okay, then you say to yourself, well, the agent must take it on the chin. No. The comp is amazing, just like a fully underwritten product and your agent of record. Okay, there's another competitor out there. I won't mention names, but it's a similar product, similar e-app. The difference is it's a referral fee. You're not the agent of record. I keep trying to tell the agents this, okay? You have to be the agent of record. I don't care if you're selling with Levinson, ABC Marketing, ABD Insurance Group out of Lincoln, Nebraska. It doesn't matter, okay? The point is very simple. You need to be agent of record. If you're making 2% or 200%, very important. Anyway, back to the incentive. They're paying you. They're saying you, Bill Levinson, you're an agent of ours. If you fill out an app, go on this cool e-app online, right? You go through the process. We're going to pay you $25 even if you don't take the policy. We're going to pay you $125 if you take the policy. For you, the agent. Why are they doing this? Because they're so sure you're going to love this process. They're paying you to test drive it, okay? So this is part of our Insure Me Now Direct on Bestow. Give it a shot, okay? I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's great. Especially, think about this. You talk about different niches and strategies, okay? During a pandemic right now, there's a lot of small businesses that are applying for SBA loans, okay? Well, guess what? In order for that business or person to get that SBA loan, they need a life insurance policy just in case that person, right? Think about this for a second, passes on, who is going to pay off the loan? Okay, they need life insurance. Well, what a great idea. You can market to all of these people and small businesses applying for SBA loans and saying, hey, here's my link. You can quote, apply, get approved, print and save policy in 10 minutes, up to 1.5 million. Here, knock yourself out, okay? And you're the agent of record. You get paid full commissions, okay? Plus, there's some products on the platform, you'll get paid renewals on top of your big first-year commission. So again, win, win, win. SureBridge has a holiday bonus. Now they have, talk about guaranteed issue accident, CI, DI, cancer, okay? and it's all 100% direct to consumer, and they're paying you $25 above and beyond top commissions, and their products pay renewals, by the way. So you talk about a revenue stream, retirement, okay? Great products to add in your toolbox. All right, let's keep moving down the row. We're on the left-hand side. Continue to submit premium. We're going to pay your way to the Levinson Expo. So here's the way it works. It's free for everyone at our beachfront resort, plus any life and annuity premium count towards a free room, round-trip airfare from anywhere in the country. Okay? We're going to submit all the details and our thank you email that you'll have before we wrap up tonight. Let's move to the middle section. I'm going to skip around a little bit here because I want to make sure we get everything in for you, but a couple important facts here I want to point out. About halfway down, middle row, Foresters. Your term, the NonMed version, discontinued. Okay, now, yes, that product is discontinued, but it's okay. We have a bunch of other products as good, if not better. Foresters even has a NonMed product that just came out that's better, okay? And they want everyone to pivot and go in that direction. So nothing to worry about. No one's going out of business. Everything is fine. Plus, with Foresters, comes with our scholarship program, free for all policyholders, existing and past. So if you've written thousands of policies with Foresters, you can go back to all of those people and say, great news, I'm now a Levinson Sage active agent, and I can give you a 1-year scholarship, even if you bought the policy from me 7 years ago. No problem. This is free, by the way. Oh, and while I have you on the phone, do you have any referrals, anyone I can speak to that would also like my services? And meanwhile, you just gave them this free $40,000 scholarship. Do you think they're going to give you a friend or neighbor? Come on. Okay, this is getting scrappy. This is how you need to think and leverage our tools and our platforms. Okay, I can't stress it enough. And I know, we're sitting here, the two of us, me and Andrew, are sitting on a Monday afternoon. We're ranting about life insurance, but this is serious stuff. If you can walk away, just that idea within itself, 437 colleges in the program, every policyholder gets a 1-year scholarship. Okay, we have 15 approved carriers now. There's no excuse. We have co-branded videos. They're free. You literally send us your picture, company name, 800 number. We build the video for free. Okay, and you say, Bill, how do I make the phone ring? How do you make the phone ring? We have all of this marketing material you can leverage for free. You have to start getting it out there through eBlast, through LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Okay, everything's already done for you. You just have to put the pieces together. But we did all the heavy lifting in the background, and it's free for our active agents. Okay, enough of my ranting. Let's move to the bottom, middle section, Sagicor. 100% of applications have no exam requirement now. That's new for the pandemic. 40% of those approved in 2 minutes. Okay, very simple. Now, that's not direct to consumer. Okay, there is a step required from the agent. So a little bit of agent involvement, but it's okay. It's okay. This works and has its place. And then Insure Me Now Direct has its place. Okay, that's 100% direct to consumer. But both, you're still agent of record, full comp. Okay, let's move to the right-hand side. LTC Awareness Month is November. It's almost over. Have some really neat marketing material that we put together, some great strategies, ideas all around long-term care living benefits. We have a section on our website just for that. The Bill Levinson Experience podcast, number 36, surprise guest speaker. It's going to be out in about a week to 10 days. What I would do in your downtime, after you're eating your turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes, go take a walk around the block or on the bicycle or the Peloton, whatever it is that you like to do. Put your headphones on and listen to some of these top agents sharing their stories. I interview these agents and I pick their brain for an hour, each one. Okay, and you should listen and learn and leverage these ideas. I literally lay it out on a silver platter. It's free, by the way. There's no charge for the podcast. Okay, but it's up to you to listen and learn. Okay, these agents, some of them are making millions of dollars a year consistently. Okay, and I'm not trying, this isn't some ad saying if you listen to this episode, you're going to make $100,000 a day after you're done. No, I'm not saying that. But if you can learn and get a tip or idea or strategy that you can use this evening or tomorrow, great. It's a win. Okay, it's a win. All right, let's move forward here. Andrew, next slide, please. There we go. Okay, a couple other things here. I'm going to have Andrew jump into our hot products, all impaired risk products, guaranteed issue, virtually guaranteed issue. Two changes you have to make note of now is that Forrester's NonMed product discontinued, and the Boston Mutual guaranteed issue whole life to 100,000 discontinued. And we're going to talk about the two new solutions that are covering in its place. So make sure you jot these down. Very important stuff, especially if you're selling Forrester's or Boston Mutual. Okay, the guaranteed issue product and then the NonMed product on the Forrester side. Okay, so this is a couple things that you need to be aware of, okay, especially if you're working the phone, various lead programs. If you have that guy, right, who's 5'10", 332, the one I was talking about earlier, we'll call him Marvin, okay? Marvin's on the phone. He needs life insurance, right? 3 kids. He needs a policy. He's bought into this already, but you don't know who's going to take Marvin at 322 pounds. Okay, very easy. If we're closed, it's 2 a.m., you're working late, okay? Go to our website, click on X-ray. You put in 5'10", 322 pounds, male, okay? No medication, whatever the case is, Florida, okay? The system's going to tell you what company, what health class, what premium, what product fits Marvin best. So then you can take the e-app or iGo drop ticket over the phone. Boom, you just wrote Marvin a policy, okay? And not only did you write him a policy, but now you know you did what's best for Marvin because you found the best product for a male, 5'10", 322, with no other medical issues. That's what X-ray does in a nutshell, okay? And it has the part 2, the full version, where if you have medical records, if you have whatever it is, the last exam Marvin did, you can actually upload into our system, and then we send out an email to all, this is all done automatically, by the way, in the background. It goes out to every underwriter from the big carriers, and then they reply back within 48 to 72 hours, and they give us tentative offers based on the information you shared. So this is free, okay? You got to use this stuff. We have a library of questionnaires. Diabetic? No problem. You print out a sheet or go on to our website. You can do this online, and it tells you what questions to ask, what health class is available, everything at your fingertips. You're working the foreign national market, okay? Maybe Texas, South Florida, Arizona, California. That's your niche. Great. We have a section on our site that tells you where to go for what and what questions to ask when it comes to foreign nationals. Guaranteed issue solutions, we have a cheat sheet, tells you everything in less than a minute, all on our site, full impaired risk department. If you're working final expense, you're selling these leads over the phone, you and I know you're going to come across some seniors that are not so healthy. We have an analyzer tool that's built for this, and it's free, and with a built-in quote engine, by the way, just for final expense. Okay, so take advantage of what we offer. Okay, Andrew's going to take the wheel and jump into all of the products available for impaired risk and guaranteed issue. Andrew, you there?
Yep. Thanks so much, Bill. Appreciate that. Thanks everybody for joining us here. I want to go over the newest guaranteed issue and simplified issue product rollouts. Okay, this is definitely a big portion of why everybody's on the call today. We wanted to get this out into the masses and get it into your hands as quickly as possible. On the left-hand side, this is the term virtually guaranteed issue term product that's going to be replacing the Boston Mutual whole life guaranteed issue product that we're all very familiar with now. Okay, and we don't need to get into the details of what happened with Boston Mutual. Could have been a huge claims rates. You know, we don't know. They pulled the product. we now need to pivot and offer something competitive for our clients. So we can't, due to compliance, tell you the actual carrier name right at this point, but we will tell you it's an A+ rated carrier, all right? And this is a unique product because it's virtually guaranteed issue term. So one of our colleagues here in the office said it best. They said it's kind of like a hybrid between a final expense and a term. With final expense, you have a series of knockout questions, let's say 9 or 12 questions. If you can answer no to those questions, you're going to be given the policy. This term is very similar to that. There are a total of 9 health questions on the application. It's a 10-year term up to $100,000, ages 18 to 64. It's available in 45 of the 50 states. And we say it's virtually guaranteed because it's very easy to get, but it's technically not guaranteed. Okay, so that's why we wanted to make sure you're aware of that. You can buy the term and renew it to age 85. There is a spousal rider option, and the official launch date, so we will send out contracting to everybody on this call and all of our agents. The official launch date is the 1st of December. So when that day hits, we will send out everything you need to do to get set up with it. Now, if you're currently selling Boston Mutual with Levinson through Enrollment First, which is the limited partnership group that we work with to get this special program, if you're already set up, this product will automatically be added into your portal on the 1st of December. Okay, so we were informed that there's no additional licensing required, which is a huge leg up for you to start offering this product as soon as possible to your clients. Okay, so as soon as that becomes available, you will be made aware of it and we will move forward accordingly. Moving over into the middle is Assurity. Okay, everybody's familiar with Assurity. They're an A rated carrier by AM Best, one of our core carriers. They just released a new accidental death term plan. This is unique because it offers term periods. So you could do a 15, 20, 30-year period. So you can basically emulate a term contract for somebody who may not be able to qualify for term. So if we use Bill's example, let's say Marvin, who's 5'8", 322, let's say he just, he had elevated lab work, he was not able to qualify for the term policy. Well, this is a next best option that he can think about. Get $350,000 of guaranteed accidental death term. You can add a disability rider and a return of premium rider, guaranteed. Okay, that's immediate. Instant approval, e-application. You get issued and paid quickly. Okay, great. This is specifically great for like high-risk occupations because they don't ask occupational knockout questions. Okay, so if you're a coal miner or, let's say you work in a construction company doing explosives, we just had a case like that this week, that would be a great product. Somebody who's at risk, maybe they have some felony history, that you're not, that they were, incarcerated a couple of times and they're on, they were on probation. This is a really good product for somebody, let's face it, in a situation like that. Okay, so I wanted you to all be aware of Assurity's new accidental death term. And the best part of this, besides the fact that it's scholarship approved, as Bill just went over, it's also coming soon to Insure Me Now Direct. So not only can you offer this, but you'll be able to offer it direct to consumer with an instant issue, direct apply link via text, email, or on your website. It's never been easier. Okay. On the right-hand side is Foresters. We just talked about it. They just discontinued their Your Term product, which is NonMed, but no worries. They just re-released a new product called Strong Foundation. It's actually very similar to Your Term with a slight difference in price, but it's a lot more flexible. Okay. They are great in underwriting with diabetics, people with weight issues. And here's something I just learned recently, which everybody needs to jot this down. Vapor smokers, okay? People who use the vapor pens or those vapor electronic cigarettes, if they're doing that and they're still using nicotine, they can qualify for non-smoker rates using the Strong Foundation term. That's a big deal. It's the only carrier out here that does take vapor users as a non-smoker, okay? We also know Foresters is a SAGE-approved carrier. They have triple-digit commissions. Their comp went up. Their approval times are quick. Their ages 18 to 80. So you can have an 80-year-old want a term, 10-year term, and you can still write it on a non-med basis. So that's a pretty big deal here. So be aware of this Strong Foundations product. All of the information we'll send to you for all these carriers, but this is now readily available on our website. You can run quotes, you can submit e-applications right now for this product. It's available. So these are the newest guaranteed and simplified issue products right now on the market. We wanted to highlight these for you today. All right, moving into our next slide. This is a very, very important slide because we get a lot of calls, Josh, myself, Bill, all of us here in the office, we get calls all the time from you, our loyal agents, asking us, where do I take a certain insured? They're diabetic, they have heart problems, they have a mood disorder, they use marijuana sometimes. We have a lot of these resources on that underwriting section of our website that we showed you, but I wanted to just break out some examples of where you should be looking for what, okay? So if you look in the body of this slide here, for example, chewing tobacco, cigar, that would be Lincoln and Prudential. Occasional marijuana, you could use our Bestow product, which is on Insure Me Now Direct, also Lincoln and Pru. And North American is great for medicinal marijuana. So if somebody's actually prescribed it for a condition, North American is very good for that. And Foresters, as we just said before, vapor, device accepted, that's big, okay? So these are some of the go-to carriers in this arena. On the next, if you move over to the right, mood disorders like anxiety and depression, Banner Life and Pacific are by far up there as one of the best. They'll actually consider for preferred ratings with a mood disorder. Liberty Bankers is specifically great for schizophrenia and bipolar. They're great for final expense solutions. So if somebody is not able to qualify for term, but you still want to get them, let's say, a first day coverage option, you can go with Liberty Bankers final expense for those types of conditions. Type 2 diabetes, we're all very familiar with that. I think 1 in 3 Americans now probably have some sort of pre-diabetes or diabetes. I'm seeing it happen way too much, but regardless of that, we need to have solutions, right? So type 2 diabetes means you're not on insulin, you're just controlling it with oral medication, right? These are some of the carriers to think about. Banner Life is probably one of the top selling term providers in the industry, and they can go up to Standard Plus for either regular diabetes, gestational diabetes, any type of diabetes that doesn't require insulin. You can get up to Standard Plus, and even if you're rated, their table ratings are some of the least expensive in the industry. So if their table 2 is coming in at $200 a month, somebody other's table 2 carriers might be $250 plus, right? Because their table ratings are less expensive per table, so that's important. Some of these other products on there as well to consider, like Forrester's new NonMed term, great for diabetics. On the bottom there, insulin diabetes, that's a little bit tougher to get insurance, but we still have carriers that will accept it. So you'll see there, we made a quick list for you on that. If you move over to the left, coronary artery disease and heart disease, okay, we get this probably 1 or 2 calls of this a day. It does, of course, depend on the details, like how many stents, was there a heart attack, was there a bypass, was there a valve replacement. There's a lot that goes into heart disease, but just looking on the outside, these are some of the carriers to consider, like AIG, Prudential, Lincoln, Protective. AIG and Lincoln specifically, which I highlighted on the right-hand side, offer what we call a table shave program. So for example, Lincoln, if you're between the ages of 18 and 70 and you get rated a table 3, they will automatically remove 3 tables from your rating and give you a standard rate. That's really unique. And I listed on the right there in yellow, I listed some of the core carriers that offer a table shave or reduction program. So you definitely want to utilize these carriers in situations where you think somebody's going to be within, that table 2 to 3 arena, okay? On the bottom left, asthma and COPD. Banner, Pacific, also very great for asthma. If you're talking COPD, Prudential and AIG are great, and then Liberty Bankers for final expense. So we just wanted to break this down for you. This is not the only solutions. I just wanted to give you some of the leading solutions in these areas at the current time. There certainly will be more coming out with constant changes, whether it's COVID or anything else. You just want to be familiar and up to speed on what's going on here. Okay. As far as build friendliness, I did put that on the right-hand checklist there. Banner and Prudential both have some of the most friendly build charts. So if you have somebody who might be 5'10", 322, like in Bill's example with Marvin, these carriers might be mildly rated, whereas others could be table 6 to 8 or decline, et cetera. So definitely keep an eye on that. And XRay Light will help you with that as well. You can pop in the height and weight, and it'll tell you what to expect. All right, moving along into our cheat sheet for guaranteed issue solutions. So what you're looking at on the screen in front of you are products that your client cannot be denied for. Okay, if you submit an application, they will be accepted. So rest assured, there will be a commission. You will be able to help your client do the right thing. Okay, that's at the end of the day what we're all here to do. So I'm not going to go through each bullet here, but I just want to show you, like for example, Forrester's has an accidental death plan, as does Gerber and a surety, right? So those are all guaranteed issue because accidental death asks no medical questions, okay? Companies like Gerber, AIG, Great Western, and Americo, United Home Life, those are all guaranteed issue whole life options, right? Those will have a waiting period, so they are graded, but it's still a great solution for somebody who they know they can't get anything else. And something unique here I wanted to mention, Gerber is also SAGE approved and it's on Insure Me Now Direct. Okay, so that's a big deal for somebody who wants to self-enroll. AIG has a built-in chronic illness rider. So if you have somebody who's 70 years old and they're concerned about needing chronic illness or long-term care, but they're not insurable, well, you can sell them the AIG Guaranteed Issue product, which has a built-in chronic illness benefit. So you can accelerate that up to $25,000 benefit. A portion of that can be used for chronic illness. So that's a big deal. And Great Western goes down to 40 years old. That's also very unique. And they offer power of attorney signatures. So this is a big deal because you may deal with a customer here and there that is not able to make their own financial or medical decisions, whether it be a cognitive reason or something else. You want to have a product where somebody else can sign on their behalf and sell a policy. Great Western allows you to do that, and they have a e-app or voice signature, so you can do everything over the phone as well if an e-app is a little difficult for that prospect. Something big that Bill mentioned earlier, SureBridge, guaranteed issue cancer, critical illness, DI, accident. These plans are, you need to have them in your arsenal. If you have a health license and you don't have this, you're falling behind because these clients, they need this stuff. These are things you can bundle to a sale you're already making, right? Whether you're a health insurance agent or you're doing final expense or you're doing whatever it is, these products, many of them go up to issue age 90. 90. You heard that right. You can do a cancer or critical illness plan up to 90 years old. So there's really no excuse for that prospect not buying SureBridge and putting it in their portfolio. Okay, so that's a big deal, and it's also on Insure Me Now Direct. So it's never been easier to apply. We just talked about a surety on the slide before, so I don't need to go too far into that, but that new accidental death plan is really great. And I wanted to bring this up in yellow at the bottom. I met with Josh Hoffman, one of our annuity VPs this morning, and he brought up a really good point to me that I wanted to mention, and that is annuities are guaranteed issue because they don't ask health questions. So by definition, if you have a client who needs life insurance, but maybe they also have some financial assets, maybe they have a deposit they'd like to make, an annuity would be a good fit for them because many of them have what we call death benefit roll-ups, which actually pay a death benefit to their beneficiary if something were to happen to them. So that's a really unique niche that I didn't even think about till I discussed it with Josh. So if you do have a question about annuities that you want to use for clients who cannot qualify for life insurance, contact our annuity sales desk. Josh Hoffman and Ashley are here for you. They're both very skilled in this department. They'll put it all together and help you out. All right, moving forward, this is our NonMed Instant Issue Solution Center on our website. So what you're going to do is go to Products, and then you're going to click on where it says Simplified Issue NonMed Plans. So this is a real big distinction here because, we have over 25 carriers that offer some sort of, term, non-med. It's probably over that now. Term, non-med, simplified, instant issue. But there's a lot of moving parts, right? Some carriers, it's discretionary. Some carriers, it's not. Some carriers have an age limit. Some don't. So what we did is created a chart for you, a cheat sheet that goes over all of the carriers and products and who does what. It makes your life easier so you don't have to guess. And if you're still not sure, pick up the phone and contact us. We will help you out. It's no problem at all. But I wanted to quickly mention this and show you, and I put some bullets on the right-hand side just to extract some of the juicy topics I wanted to discuss. First up is the top instant issue solution. So we all like products that pay and issue quickly, right? That's the name of the game if your client can get it. Bestow certainly leads the pack right now. Bill mentioned it earlier. Not only are they going to offer you instant issue term up to $1.5 million consumer driven, they're going to pay you $125 plus 25 to do it. So you can earn up to 150 bucks just to try it out. I actually had an agent call in last week, and he actually was going to do this for a client. I told him he should really try to do it on himself. He didn't have sufficient coverage. He got approved while we were talking on the phone for $1 million of coverage, and he's going to get $150 to spend for holiday gifts. I don't know about you, but that's a win-win to me. So that's certainly a big player in the instant issue market. We talked about Sagicor earlier in the presentation. They have a term product that's on their what we call accelerating process. So that's up to $1 million of coverage. If your client falls within the age limits and the face amount limits, all of those products, 100% of them do not require an exam, and 40% of them are approved on the spot. Okay, so if you submit 10, you're going to get 4 deals instantly approved. And I still like those odds, right? So that's a great thing to utilize. Also, Mutual of Omaha, their products like Term, Universal Life Express, Final Expense, these all have point of sale decisions, okay? So if you submit an application, you're going to get a decision on the screen. I mean, that's a pretty big deal with an A-plus rated carrier who, by the way, all the carriers I just mentioned are SAGE Scholarship approved. I'm not going to hit every single bullet below for the sake of time. I have a couple more slides and I'm going to get it back to Bill, but these are some of the top voice signature solutions, okay? We have them for term, we have them for final expense, guaranteed issue. So rest assured, we have the solution that you need for your clients. If you ever have a situation where somebody cannot sign a normal app, we can do it with a voice app process through the phone. Moving forward to XRay, I won't spend a whole ton of time here because Bill did a great job explaining this, but if you're not using this, you know, we've had it for years. It's gotten bigger and better. More carriers are on here. It's gotten more detailed, but this is something you need to use, whether the light version or the full. I personally use the full version every single day I'm here. I'm submitting full risk assessments for our agents and agencies, and this system will send out a message to all the underwriters, and I can get responses from underwriters in 1 to 2 business days. The old way of doing it is that you had to pick up the phone and call 30 companies and spend your entire day on one case. All of us don't have the time to do that. You don't, we don't. We're trying to stay efficient. Well, now you could do 5, 10, 15 risk assessments a day and just check back on them when you have the answers. This is the new way of underwriting insurance, and it's definitely helped us tremendously in placing more high quality, high value business. So definitely use XRay. It doesn't cost you a dime to use this stuff. Last up for me is our foreign national department. So Bill mentioned it earlier, we have expanded our foreign national underwriting resource center. So I just wanted to show you on that screen here what carriers to think about when you're thinking foreign nationals, okay? And I know a lot of you probably will get a customer from Mexico or from another country. They've been here a while, but they just don't have the necessary paperwork. They've had a hard time getting insurance. Well, now you don't have that problem because we have a solution pretty much for every client. Okay, and I put some case studies here I wanted to talk to you about real quick. Number one, we had a recent case study for a husband and wife who had come here from Venezuela. And I'm sure many of you have seen the news. Venezuela is having a lot of problems right now in their government and politics. It's a very unsafe place to be. And because of that, most carriers will not accept people from that country. Okay. However, we have a little loophole. If your client has been in the U.S. for over 1 year, they have a tax ID number, they're trying to establish their life in the U.S., they have property, they have assets, maybe a bank account, they have a car, you know, they're trying to really live here full time, and they're going through the necessary steps to do that. Prudential will take your client for best class rates. You heard it, preferred best for term or permanent solutions. They will treat that person as a resident as long as they've been here for over 1 year and they have a tax ID number and they're doing everything they can to establish themselves in the U.S. Okay, so that's a great case study. Think about that for any clients that you have. And real quick, case study number 2, non-resident couple seeking final expense. So we get this from time to time. You might have a couple who, you know, they don't have a social, maybe they're not from here, they're a non-resident. Well, American Amicable will take that person as a non-resident as long as they have a valid visa and a tax ID number. That's it. A tax ID number is not even a full social. It just means you're authorized to work in the U.S. or you're paying taxes of some kind in the U.S. So as long as somebody has a tax ID and a visa, any form of valid non-temporary visa, okay, so it can't be like a 1-year temporary expiring visa. If it's a permanent visa in the U.S., you can apply for final expense with American Amicable. So just wanted to go over some of that stuff. We have more content on the website, which we will send out as well, but definitely think of us when you have that case. We will help you in our marketing department. I'm going to get it over to Bill for our impaired risk department, where you can win an iPad, and we have some other great things going on. Bill?
Okay, good stuff, Andrew. Let me just also make a couple points here. We're going to be done in about 5 to 7 minutes, but I want to end this, and I want to kind of just simplify, everything that you're hearing from me and Andrew today, because I know it could be overwhelming. There's so many products and technology and resources. The way I look at it is, if you can just get a handle on it and keep it simple, maybe create your own cheat sheet, say, okay, I don't have a client that's perfectly healthy. What are my go-tos? If it's Gerber, AIG, guaranteed issue whole life, great. I have a guaranteed issue term. Great. I have my critical illness, cancer. Okay. If, let's say, there's an existing policy that the client has and they don't need it anymore, what do I do? I have that overweight client, or maybe the one that's addicted to cigars or vaping, or maybe they quit cigarettes 6 months ago. Does anyone have a special program or health class for them, right? So I feel like if you create this cheat sheet, and we can help you do this, then you have everything at your fingertips. You know exactly where to go for what, and then for anything that falls in between, you rely on our marketers. We're here to help you, okay? When it comes to marketing, you just heard us speak for the last 45 minutes, and, you're thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but again, I need to talk to more people. I got to share my story. I want to make more sales, right? So start to think about this and jot down these notes, right? Think about, you just learned that someone using a nicotine-based vape system or vapor, okay, can get a non-smoker rate. What I would do is go talk to some of the local vapor shops, okay? Put a little marketing flyer, a little marketing blast together for the vape shop, okay? Think about cigar shops, right? They have these little cigar lounges now. You can get cigar smokers non-smoker rates, okay? So why not put a little marketing piece together, right? They usually have these Facebook groups, these chat rooms that are made up of people that love smoking cigars. Where do you go in South Florida, Miami? Who has the best cigar lounge? Is it on, Ocean Drive in South Beach? Imagine spending a few bucks and putting an ad in that chat room that talks about, hey, cigar smokers, get non-smoker rates with Bill Levinson, your local cigar smoking agent, right? I'm just like you. That's how you have to think, okay? Get scrappy. Think about, the scholarship program, right? Why not put a whole marketing campaign together and talk to parents about funding a 4-year tuition, okay? And hey, did you ever think about how life insurance cash value teamed up with a scholarship can pay for a full 4-year tuition? Plus, if you, the breadwinner, passed on, right, your child or beneficiary is going to get a check for $250,000 that's going to pay for that child's 4-year tuition. These are things that it's up to you to get your arms around and start marketing this stuff, because it's going to separate you from your competitors. How many times have you seen, for example, I know I have, let's say insurance group, right, that markets to, white collar professionals, let's say doctors, anyone in the medical field. And it almost looks and feels and seems as if this agency was created just for doctors, and their products are just built for doctors, okay? And the truth of the matter is, nothing is just built for doctors. It's the same products and carriers that we're all marketing, okay? It's just a little marketing spin or hook. They got creative, they got scrappy, and they succeeded. So why not do the same exact thing with some of these niches? Think about pilots. That's another great one. I saw an e-blast the other day that was focused on just pilots. And pilots see this marketing piece and they go, oh my gosh, finally, a program built just for me, the United Pilot, for 32 years. I've never seen anything like this. Okay. Well, you could be that pilot's agency. Okay. So anyway, That's how you need to get scrappy and pivot and make the phone ring so you can share your story, okay? It's not rocket science. It's just getting a little creative here. We're giving you all the pieces. You're just putting it together. Okay, impaired risk. If you have a case, right, let's say at least $5,000 a premium, you want to put in a trial app, maybe order an APS, and we will do everything for and with you, and we'll shop it, and we'll get the best offer possible. That's our promise to you. We have literally a person in the office. That's all they do is run these trials. So no problem with that. We even threw in an iPad contest as well. All right, life settlements. Now, you say to yourself, Bill, what does this have to do with my unhealthy clients? Okay, well, it doesn't. What it has to do with is as you're working these leads, okay, you have your networking group, friends and family, you come across the guy or girl that has an existing policy. They don't need any more. Okay, this isn't the way it was 20 years ago when some third-party bank overseas, owned the life on your friend's policy. This is a totally different world now. Okay, we have one broker that does all the shopping, and I'm going to give you just a quick story example here that I think we all can relate to. Okay, and if you know a guy or girl, right, that kind of falls into a similar situation, pick up the phone, let us know. We'll get you a tentative offer within 24 hours, okay? So you can shop it. Now, just think about this, and this is a true story. Agent calls in here, and 70 years old at that time, has a term policy that he cannot afford to pay the premium on any longer, okay? Calls in, tries to get a 30-day extension. That was the reason why he called in. And me and Carrie spoke to the agent. And by the way, like I said, this is a policy that's on the agent's life. So he sold himself a policy, okay, 70 years old. And again, 30-day window. He's calling to try to get that extra 30-day window on top of what they already gave him to pay the premium, the monthly premium. And he is not making much money anymore. Why? Because he has cancer and he can't work like he used to, okay? So we said to him, instead of letting the policy lapse, right, if they don't give us that 30-day window, why don't we just sell the policy, okay? So he said, well, I didn't even know you can do that. And we said, sure, absolutely. Well, it turns out the policy, number one, was about to lapse in like 7 to 8 more days. We turned around and got him a check for $50,000 for a policy that was about to lapse, okay? Plus, we had to convert the term to a permanent policy, so he made an extra 10 grand on the commissions for the conversion. So here, it was a simple phone call. This poor man, who, by the way, I know him personally, and I obviously won't mention his name, but this poor guy calls in. He's in a horrible situation. Policy is about to lapse. By the time he hung up the phone, we had an offer, okay, and about 45 days after, a check for just over $60,000 that he can use while he's still alive, okay? And the policy was about to lapse. So do you have clients that are in a similar situation, maybe over 65, the unhealthier, the better, okay, a term or UL, doesn't matter? All right, let us know. You could become Superman or Superwoman for this particular client, okay, that maybe is about to let a policy go by the wayside when they could have got a check for 50, 100 grand, whatever it is. So anyway, let us know. We'll shop the case. Some of them are better than others. Obviously, the older and the unhealthier, the better payouts, okay, but doesn't matter. Either way, 65 or older, unhealthy, you let us know, and we'll do our best job to help you. We have some great marketing pieces all built around that strategy. Okay, the updated lead option. So I'm going to move pretty quick. What I wanted to point out, we have this 20% guarantee program. Works great, not perfect, but great. We have some agents love it, keep coming back every single week to order more. Here's what I love, okay? And if I was home right now working during a pandemic, you're hitting the phones, Those $3 leads are amazing. They're great door openers, especially for, they call them second chance, okay? Sometimes the first chance, okay? Let's say a new refi customer, or maybe a young professional couple that just took out a mortgage, whatever the case is. By the time they move in the house, okay, they get 150 different mortgage protection mailers. A lot of times they put them to the side. They never buy a policy. Well, you come in, you're the second chance guy or girl 6 months later, let's say, for $3, right? And now you're coming in quoting the best available products, and you get a second shot for $3. Okay. And a lot of times, even if they bought a policy 4 or 5 months ago, well, what about critical illness, disability, right? The list goes on and on. This is a great way to get yourself on the phone and share your story, which is the name of the game. Okay, moving forward here, the Bill Levinson Experience. Again, a great time to learn over this long 4-day weekend, right? All of these episodes are here for you. I built them for you. Okay, I had these personal one-on-one interviews for our agents to learn. All you have to do is hit the play button on your iPhone or Android or iPad or desktop. It doesn't matter. Okay, but check them out. Every single month, I produce a new episode. I want you to listen and learn, and let me know your thoughts. Okay, I try to pick out the best guest speakers, and I want to hear from you. I want to know if you like what you're hearing, or if you want to hear something new, or maybe you have a new idea for me. I want to hear from you, so please jump onto our Facebook page, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Okay, future trainings, that's what you're on right now. We have a big one here on the bottom, a part 2 training series with Columbus. Now, what I love about Columbus Shave Program, they have an awesome external conversion program. They take a term from most A-rated companies, and you can convert to their permanent product with no underwriting, or basically a one-pager that just basically says the insured signs to say nothing changed health-wise, in the last year, whatever it is. But anyway, great programs that are very niche, okay? And that's our job, to go out and find what's different for you to get a leg up from your competition, right? To tell a new story and get new clients, new sales, new commissions, helping new families. That's the name of the game, and that's what we're about here. So be on that call December 2nd, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then every day of the week, we have our agency automator training. So if you want to learn more, maybe you're not such a tech superstar like a Bill Gates, no problem. We built those daily trainings for you. Kevin, our programmer, will host you, and it's a live chat room experience where you can jump in, ask questions, and get comfortable with all of our tech that literally we built for our agents. So it's all there for you. Okay, our last slide. I know I took a little long, but we did end on time, which is pretty rare. This is a great one, in my opinion, and we're also going to have our question of the day I'm going to ask in about 20 seconds. But this is a big one, and I think it's just great. It's a Positive Tuesday quote that I put out there every single week on all of our social media pages. By the way, you should be doing the same thing. This is my top 5, okay? These are 5 things that I learned from my mentor, and I wanted to share them with you all. Number 1, nothing beats hard work. Number 2, do what you say, right? Number 3, consistency and persistency wins the race. Number 4 is do you and be you, okay? Never get sidetracked. Number 5, stay humble, be grateful, and always give back, right? I mean, I feel like it's Thanksgiving. It's a great time to look at yourself in the mirror and make sure you're staying humble. Make sure you give a little something to charity. You help out underprivileged children, families. You do whatever it takes. I feel like that's what life's about at the end of the day, okay? And it's very, very important. It's a great time to reflect, and I think these top 5 little bullets, it's just a great way to stay focused and know what's important and what to stay laser focused on. So with that said, I'm going to ask our question of the day, and I said it 3 times on these last few slides, okay? I'm going to say it again. Whoever answers first and correct wins. Make sure your little fingers are on your keyboard and you're ready to go. Question is, how many colleges are in our SAGE scholarship program? Tell me the number. How many colleges are in our SAGE scholarship program? Tell me the number. You win. Andrew, do we have a winner?
Yep, sorry, we had a bunch of responses at the same time, so I'm just trying to see who came in first. It looks like the first correct answer is Matt C. Matt C.
Matt C. The correct answer is 437 colleges with 1 to 2 added every month now. Okay, so anyway, the point is you need to market this program. It's one leg up against your competition. I just want to take a minute to say thank you for everything. We appreciate what you all do each and every day, especially by partnering up with Levinson and Associates. It means the world to us. Let's have a great holiday season, a great Thanksgiving. Thank you for everything once again, and we'll talk next week on the next training webinar. Take care, and thanks again, everyone. Congrats, Matt C.